Hey guys, Dissection of Violence here. We're getting right into it. We got UFC 300. Supposed to be the card of the year. It's stacked, so you never know. It could live up to expectations. Sometimes the card flops. Hopefully it won't flop. But yeah, let's get right into it. We got Davis and Figuieredo versus Cody Garbrandt. Oh man, I think Cody's definitely got a good puncher's chance. He's fast. He's I was gonna say elusive. He's not elusive. He's very hittable, but he's very very talented, quick. I think he can cause Davison a lot of problems on the feet. The thing with Cody though, he doesn't do well with guys who are also very good on the feet. He tries to wrestle them, and when you try to wrestle Davison, I feel like you're just gonna fall into a trap. Like he has his guillotine. He's very very good at that. He's very very dangerous and elusive on the feet, so he's gonna cause Cody a lot of problems. I think Cody is gonna fall into something, either a big shot, a submission. I think Davison is just gonna be too dangerous, too talented as well, and I think Cody's gonna realize that this is just too dangerous of a fight for him at this stage in his career. I think Davison's still on an upward trajectory, whereas Cody's not. Yeah, man, I just think Davison's going to be a problem. He's going to be elusive, and he's going to be very dangerous. I don't really need to overthink this fight. Other than there's some outliers like Cody's speed. He is very talented, and if he can get a rhythm and timing on Figueiredo, maybe he can put on a master class. Like he is very very good. So we'll see how this fight goes. But my pick, my first leg of the free play is Davison Figueiredo. I have to go with him inside the distance. I don't know how he'll get it done, but I think he'll get it done by finish. But yeah, moving on, we have Bobby Green taking on Jim Miller. So with this fight, it's tricky because I can't tell you guys to go out there and run and bet Jim Miller, but I also can't tell you guys not to pass up fading Bobby Green after he just got nearly he nearly got sent to a different a different galaxy. Like this guy got absolutely destroyed, like sent to a different planet. Like how late the stoppage was literally criminal. And he's back 4 months later. They're on both of them are they like Jalen Turner and Bobby. It's crazy. They fought 4 months ago. Jalen Turner took no damage. Bobby Green nearly lost years. Oh, he did. Lost years of his life. So it's like I can't in good faith tell people to go bet Bobby Green. And I do worry because after we saw the performance Alex Fernandez put on last week, we proved that he's not that good. And Jim Miller got, in my opinion, outclassed by him. So, I'm a little worried for Jim Miller. I think his age and his skill set is going to catch up to him. But luckily, he's fighting Bobby Green, who's mainly a boxer who just got absolutely destroyed. I feel like he's going to be hesitant, and if he's hesitant, I think Jim Miller's can find the chin at some point. Even if he does fall behind in the first few rounds, I think Jim Miller is going to be dangerous. I think he's going to find the chin of Bobby Green. I just can't, in good faith, take a guy after he nearly lost his life. Like that was a really really bad stoppage, and I don't think Bobby's going to be the same after that one. But we'll see. Really good fight, good matchmaking by the UFC. We're moving on. We have Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Again, I don't want to tell you guys to bet on these. These are very close fights. There's only a few of them that I think are actually good spots to play. Marina Rodriguez, she's a sniper. She's very efficient. If you give her space, she'll hit you from range and move, and she's just really good at that. The thing is, Jessica Andrade is very physical, and she won't give her space. I think she's going to be too physical for Marina. I believe her traditional takedowns. I don't know if the stuff that Marina drills are going to even matter, because Jessica, all she has to do is hoist her up and slam her, get her down. get her on once per round. She doesn't have tremendous grappling, but she has some dangerous grappling, like her chokes, her head and arm. I believe she can get the job done on the feet with strikes or with her submission game. But honestly, with this fight, I would not be playing this one. This one's a really, really risky fight. I think Marina Rodriguez is very, very good at what she does, and I think this could get really, really sticky if you're on the Andrade side. So just off pure physicality and just off pure, like, you know, I don't want to use the term manliness, but Andrade is a little brick house. So I do think she's going to have a lot of advantages over Rodriguez, and the grappling is a huge deal in my opinion. I know Andrade doesn't use it a whole lot, but maybe she does, and even if she doesn't, I think she's going to be very physical and shove Marina around, take the center of the cage. If she doesn't get sniped in the process. But yeah, definitely a tricky fight to call. I would have nothing to do with this fight betting wise. This is just a fight, to watch or do whatever you want for it. But yeah, moving on. We have, to give you guys my official pick, I'll go with Jessica Andrade by split decision. Moving on, we have Jalen Turner versus Money Moicano. I like this fight, man, but it's a second leg of my parlay. I just think Turner's going to be too much for Moicano. I think he's got jiu-jitsu to match Moicano. I don't think once Moicano gets to a good position, it will be very good. I think he can finish. I think Moicano by sub is very live, especially by rear naked choke. I might actually see about playing that. Just a specific prop of Moicano by rear naked choke. It's very, very live. But the thing about Jalen Turner is, unless he's gassed, I don't think that's going to happen. So I see Turner being a big problem for Moicano on the feet, and I see a TKO or submission from Jalen Turner after rocking Moicano and maybe submitting him. I don't know. I just don't see this fight going well for Moicano. I think Turner is very dangerous on the feet, and early especially, he's very, very fast. So I'm going to go with Jalen Turner here, and I'm pretty confident. But we'll see. Maybe Money Moicano can shock the world. Get a tired, gassed out Turner. Take him to the ground, work his grappling. I think Moicano is very, very good on the ground, and he's experienced, and he knows what he needs to do to win. But the thing is, he's just gonna, like, Turner's huge, and he's gonna be outmatched on the feet, and it's quite simply the range thing. I just don't think Moicano is gonna be built to take down someone of the frame of Turner unless he's tired. So I think this is gonna be a Turner fight, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Moving on, we have Sadiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. Honestly, this is another fight. It's like it's tricky, man. Like the UFC is definitely did their job when it comes to matchmaking for this card. It's a really good card. Opposed to maybe a few fights, it's a pretty good card as far as matchmaking. It's pretty close. Like they're not a lot of blowouts. It's a pretty solid card all around. But yeah, we got Sadiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes, this man is a problem on the feet, on the ground, just wherever you want to go. This guy is going to be a problem. I think Diego Lopes is live for a finish. In the distance prop is definitely there. But the thing about Sadiq Yusuff is he has KO power, so you don't want to take a shot that Diego Lopes potentially gets chinned. Like I don't want to touch the finish only prop. That's the main reason why. And I'm sure the odds are probably crazy, like negative 260 or something like that. So, but yeah, that's a decent play if you wanted with Diego Lopes, and the odds aren't crazy. Finish only. I know Sadiq's very tough and he's experienced, but he has some fights where it's like, I can't trust you. Like if we go into look at his career, like. And the one loss I know we'll get to with Lopes is the Nate Richardson loss, which I like to compare with this fight because Nate Richardson is kind of the same stature, same striking, same heavy hands, well-rounded. But the thing with this is Sadiq he hasn't, like, his losses are to the high-level guys, and those wins are like, who are these wins? Like Andre Fili's a veteran. He's pretty good, but not that great. He beat Gabriel Benitez, Alex Caceres. Like, there's points of the fight where you're struggling to Alex Caceres. Like, honestly, I can't unsee that. I got to go with Diego Lopez, man, off purely skill base and momentum base. I'm going to go Diego Lopez inside the distance early. This I could be dead wrong. It's Sadiq Yusuff is just a different level, but because I've been fading Diego Lopez because of that Nate Richardson fight and some fights where I've backed him before. He's had some issues before, but he is a very dangerous man, and I think he can get Sadiq Yusuff out of there. I mean, if Barboza can't, people are like, how can Diego Lopez? I don't know. This guy's very dangerous, and he seems to find a way to finish people. So, whether it's by submission or by TKO, I don't know. But this guy is gonna figure it out and find his finish. So, yeah, let's go, Diego Lopez. I trust in you. Let's see what happens. Um, Moving on, we got Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. This is a really, really good fight as well. Um, Honestly, I think Kayla Harrison is if she has a good weight cut, this is gonna go her way, and I do think she's gonna win only because of the fact that Holly is so slow and she's 40 what 40 something 42. She's definitely not prime years anymore. She is on the downswing, and I don't think she's gonna look better by fight. She's gonna look worse if anything, and I don't think as long as the weight cut goes well, Kayla's going to struggle with Holly Holm. I think she's going to get her to the ground, maybe even score a TKO. I doubt it. She's probably going to win a boring decision. But the thing about Holly Holm is, if Kayla by any chance gets tired from the weight cut, she's gassed. Holly Holm is very live. So all depending how this first round goes, I think Holly Holm is very live to play. Like I think the odds are still a little ridiculous. Kayla has not proved herself at 135. I definitely think she should be the favorite. I think she's the rightful side, but as big of a favorite, I don't know about that. So you can take with that what you will, but I think Kayla Harrison's going to win the fight. Am I confident? I don't know because of this weight class we've never seen her. So there's a lot of mystery with this fight. But yeah, I would not mind a Holly Holm dog shot. I wouldn't mind that at all at these odds. But we'll see what happens. This is a really, really volatile fight, so play lightly. Moving on, we have Aljamain Funkmaster Sterling versus Calvin Kattar. I love this fight, man. Like, Aljamain's got a lot to prove, so does Calvin Kattar. The thing about Calvin Kattar is he's coming off an injury. Been off for over a year. The thing with Calvin Kattar also is his coaching staff is very good, and they build good game plans. Whereas Aljamain, I don't know where he's training. He's always in Vegas. The thing about Aljo also is I don't know where like who's he's gonna have in his corner, and even if they do, like what game plan they're gonna build. Because Calvin Kattar, obviously he's gonna look to grapple, but like, honestly, I don't know how he's going to adjust to this new weight class. Will he get tired? I don't know. I feel like Calvin Kattar is going to be very dialed in, and even though people say, oh, he hasn't really faced many grapplers, and the ones he does face are not really as good as Aljamain Sterling, it's like, maybe you're right. But, like, honestly, I don't think it's going to matter. I think he knows what to do. He knows when to get up. And as long as he doesn't struggle, with the grappling, I don't think this is going to be a big problem. I think Sterling's going to get slow, and I feel like Calvin's going to pick him off, maybe even get the KO. I think Calvin Kattar is a very live dog in this spot. If you don't like this the pre-spot, you could always live bet it. But Aljamain Sterling, I really like Aljo. He's a good guy, but I just don't think like he's in the focus frame he once was, and I don't like this fight for him right now. Even though Calvin's coming off an injury, I just feel like Kattar's going to be dialed in, ready to go. And Sterling still has some questions he's got to answer. And coming off a KO loss, it was you could say early loss, TKO loss too, but I just think Calvin Kattar is going to be a step above Aljamain Sterling, and I think he's going to win this fight. I got to go with Calvin Kattar by TKO or unanimous decision. Moving on, we have Yuri Prochazka versus Alexander Rakic. A fight I've been back and forth on. Honestly, I don't know. I'm really torn on this fight because Rakic, he could just outpoint him for 3 rounds, but I don't think Yuri's going to give him the space. That's where I'm really, really confused. Is if Yuri doesn't respect him like he does with everybody, then I can see this being a very, very interesting fight. So I'm gonna go with Rakic, but I would not be surprised to see Yuri win this fight. Yuri's a very dangerous man, and he does not like it pretty. Like Rakic likes to fight pretty. Yuri does not. He likes to fight messy and just utter war and guts and attrition. Like you don't you get what you pay for when you watch Yuri fight. But the thing about Yuri is he's so defensively irresponsible and he's so unorthodox that he puts himself out of position a lot of the time. And I do think Rakic is going to be, open. I think Rakic is going to save some really, really nasty leg kicks just for Prochazka's wide stance. And I think Rakic is going to be probably very angry coming off the couch from an injury. Probably wants to prove something. I think Rakic is going to be very, very motivated, whereas Yuri is probably going to be motivated as well. But I don't know. I feel like, especially coming off a loss like that, there could be doubt. But Yuri's nuts, so probably not. He's probably just forgot about it and moved on. But you never know, man. This sport's wild. What one KO can do for your career. But yeah, I'm gonna lean Rakic, but it's very low confidence, and I could be talked off to think Yuri's gonna win just like that. Like we'll see by fight time, but for now I'm on Rakic. But this is a really close fight, and whatever happens is gonna be quite entertaining. Moving on, we have Bo Nickal versus Cody Brundage. So I honestly don't understand why so many people are on Bo Nickal. Like this is a clear win for Cody Brundage. Like if you're not on Cody Brundage, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You clearly don't know how to bet. No, but for real, Bo Nickal is going to win, obviously. But the thing about this fight that I don't know is how is he gonna win? Does he decision him? Does he win by submission? I don't know. This is a mystery. So, but would you want to play negative 2,000 on Bo Nickal? No. So it's just a pass spot at the end of the day. Obviously, I have system plays with this. I'm not gonna say on here, but there are system plays in this fight. Just because like you always do them when they fight. But obviously I talk more about that in the Discord. But yeah, I do think this is going to be either Cody Brundage wins early or Bo Nickal also can win early, but I think there's a better likelihood that he wins in second, third by submission or TKO. I don't know exactly how, but Bo Nickal has his choice for that. I think he is very, very well rounded. Um, I don't think he's very refined yet. Like his skills are still like in the developmental stage, but he has a lot of skill to make up for whatever technique he doesn't have. So I'm really excited for this fight. Big litmus test. Brundage is no joke, despite what everyone thinks about him. I think Bo Nickal's going to run through him, but definitely not a joke. Moving on, we have Charles do Bronx Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Great fight, man. Honestly, I don't know what else to say other than it's a great fight. And I think Charles Oliveira is probably the side value-wise. Definitely agree. But I just can't get behind I just can see Arman making this a very boring decision, just out wrestling Charles and staying out of submission threat. Could he get KO'd? 100%. Charles could definitely get KO'd. Or not Charles, sorry. Arman could definitely get KO'd, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think Arman's going to stay defensively sound. I'm going to go with Arman Tsarukyan by decision or TKO. But honestly, this is a pretty close fight. I would line Arman a slight favorite. I wouldn't go as far as negative 200. So the value is definitely on Charles. I agree. But I wouldn't go as far as saying I would bet Charles because this is a really, really close-ish fight, but Arman has, I feel like, more ways to win, whereas Charles is just more dangerous, in my opinion. But this is a really, really fun fight. The UFC, like I said, did their job of matchmaking, and man, it's like I can't wait for these fights. But yeah, moving on, we have Justin Gaethje versus Max Holloway. So with this fight, I can't really give a fair bet, like fair prediction, because Max, if this fight gets extended, I just see Max drowning Gaethje with volume. But I just also see Gaethje putting on a technical masterpiece and making Max like almost retire. So there's a lot of different outcomes in this fight. I'm really hoping Max wins because I'm just more of a fan of Max. I feel like he is more a style that I would hope to have someday. Gaethje's, just very, very unique, and he's very, very dangerous, and he can cause a lot of damage, and that's what he's really good at. But I just think Max Holloway, I feel like his speed's going to be there. Um, I know people are going to be saying that leg kicks are going to be a big problem, and I get it, but I think Max can, upset some people here, would make it close. I'm gonna still go with Gaethje. I'm gonna go back to Gaethje. I was on Max for a few days, but I'm gonna go back to Gaethje. I just think the power is gonna be too much. I feel like the leg kicks are also gonna be too much. But I don't think Max is gonna get like near retired like people think. I don't think it's gonna get that bad. Hopefully not, at least. That would be a real shame. I really want Max to fight for a little bit longer, at least, however long he can. I don't want him to like die for this sport, but I love Max, man. So it is what it is. Big risk he's taken, but without risk, there's no reward. So I'm really, really pumped for this fight for Max. BMF belt. Yeah, I got to go with Gaethje by either late KO or decision. But yeah, moving on, we have Weili Zhang versus Yaonan Zhang. Yaonan Yan. Yan Yaonan. So I like Yan, and I think she's very good. I think she's very skilled. Um, she's improving, but the problem with this fight is she's facing a absolute beast in Weili Zhang, who does not stop. Like her does not stop. Like period. Like, her technique is near perfect, and she has pretty much everything you want in a fighter. She has got grappling. She's got offensive grappling, defensive grappling. She's got submissions. She's got TKO. Like she got TKO ability. Very, very violent. Nice clinch game. She's very, very skilled. And I just think she's going to be too good, in too many areas for Yan. And I think Yan is a very sweet girl. She could pull an upset with a KO like Rose did, 100%. But I'm just going to go for a full 25 minutes. I got to go with Weili Zhang here. I got to go with a late stoppage or a decision for Weili Zhang. But yeah, we'll see how this fight plays out. Honestly, this is a great fight for China, a great fight for the strawweight division, and yeah, we'll see if Yan can shock the world. Moving on, we have Alex Pereira versus Jamal Hill. I've met both these guys. Both of them are really cool guys. Um, who I think is going to win? I do think Pereira is going to win. I do think his style is very hard to deal with. Those calf kicks to the leg with the Achilles injuries I feel like it's going to be a factor. His leg kicks are always going to be a factor, but the thing that I worry about is his his cross defense. You'd say he just doesn't roll them as well as I'd like, and he gets hit a lot. I feel like if Hill cracks him once, he could maybe do some damage, pull the upset on the feet. But the thing with Pereira is he's so technically sound, and I feel like Yuri hit him with some nasty shots too, and he stayed pretty composed. And I think this new weight class gives him a little bit more strength, like in chin at this weight class. He can take a shot better. So I'm gonna go with Alex Pereira here, scoring a TKO win. over Jamal Hill. I just feel like there's levels to the striking game, and I just feel like Alex Pereira is on a different level. I'm rooting for Jamal Hill. I hope he can pull the upset. That would be a really cool story. He gets his belt back after relinquishing it. But we'll see how it plays out. I just think Alex Pereira is on a different level when it comes to the feet. But yeah, this is a really, really great fight. Really, really great card, and I can't wait for this card. I gotta go with Alex Pereira by knockout. Uh, Probably rounds 2 to 4. If it goes to round 5, it's going to a decision. Anyways, guys, I'll give you guys my top 5 picks, and I'll get you guys out of here. So my top number 1 pick for the card is Bo Nickal, of course. Number 2, I'd have to say Weili Zhang. Number 3, I have to say Davison Figueiredo. Number 4, Jalen Turner. And number 5, I would have to go with, depending if Kayla Harrison shows up on weight. If not, then no. If yeah, she shows up on weight, and fine, Kayla Harrison. If not, then I would have to say, yeah, that's a tricky one. Maybe Diego Lopes. Anyways, guys, like, subscribe. You know the drill. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.